Hey guys, welcome to another update. Today, first I'm going to show you guys the yarn that I finished. I apologize for the color. It's not showing up. The color is not showing up the way I want it to. It's very it's off a lot. There we go. So yeah, the color is off big time for this yarn. This yarn is more of a neon green, and it's showing up as like a really light, almost a off-white color. And I apologize for that. Even if I change the lighting, it's still not showing up true to the color, the right color. So really sorry. So let me see. Yeah, really sorry about that. So this is a punta yarn fiber that I purchased from the Sheep Shed Studio a couple years ago, and my husband, he dyed it, and I'm not sure, I haven't done the yardage on these yet, so I'm just going to show you guys what I finished spinning. So that's the first skein, and it's a sock weight yarn. The second skein is some brown alpaca and some cream, a really dark cream, almost beige alpaca, light tan. And that was like a remnant skein. Just had a little bit left of those. And then this one is also alpaca. It is light fawns and some darker browns in this one. Then I had this. This is some mill ends that my husband dyed as well. And this is actually like dark blood reds to pinks. It's showing up kind of orangey, a little orangey on the screen. But it's more of a reds and pinks than it is. There's no oranges in this fiber. This was some mill ends as well from the Sheep Shed Studio, and we dyed it. And it was purchased around the same time as that punta was. More mill ends. This one was what they called a skunk, and it was originally black and white, and then we dyed it the same day we dyed this, and it has the pinks in it, and it came out very nice. And then this one was from the skunk, but we dyed it a variety of colors, and I'm not sure if you guys can see those colors. It's got lime greens, purples, pinks, yellows. This is really nice. It's a really nice skein. I'm thinking about using this skein to do a what do they call it? The one of those, I think it's Amish shawls or something like that. And so these two skeins are like a peachy color, and they're actually showing up almost true to color, those two skeins right there. And this is some punta as well. So that's all the fiber that I've completed spinning. I just got to count the yardage on it and label it. And tomorrow, starting with this yarn, I'll be adding it to my Etsy store. What I'm going to do is simply just take pictures with my phone. I have the Etsy app on my phone, but I rarely use it. So what I'm going to do is use the app on my phone and just take pictures and add them to my stores from there. And it should work out a lot faster than me sitting around trying to take a picture with my camera and then uploading the pictures from my camera to my computer and blah, 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 blah. So yeah. So that is what's been going on with my completed spinning. What I'm currently spinning is this. This is some Romney locks, and this is like the last of it where the locks aren't as well defined, where I've been separating out the other locks. And when I separate it out, I've been flicking open the ends, and so it looks like this. These are all locks that I've flicked the ends open, and it's very airy, and it's going pretty fast. I have like a basket on the floor that has all the other locks that I've separated out in the basket, and I've been spinning from there. But I'll show you what the yarn looks like on the bobbin. It's a totally different look once you spin it. So the colors are darker than what is showing up right now on the bobbin. And it's really nice colors that are showing up. And so it's coming along quite well. And once I finish spinning that, it'll be a light fingering because I'm a 3-ply. Then I have some natural colored Romney, which is right here, that I will be separating out by the locks. And the way you can separate your locks out is you find the tips and you just gently pull it free. And that's how you separate your locks out from the fiber. And then you just take your whatever you're gonna use to open up the ends, and you just flick it open. What I do, I don't know. And I've shown you guys this before, I think. So basically, this is the tips. This is the side where the tips are weathered. This is the side that was facing out on the sheet before it was sheared. The cut side is this side. So basically, I just pop it a little bit to open up that cut side. Because I washed this probably in January, I think. And it's gotten a little compacted in the bag that I had it stored in. And so you just do that to open up the ends. And you can save the little bit that's pulling free. You can save that and card on your drum carder or use your hand cards and card that into a roll egg. Or save it and just use it. Add it to your mulch pile or put it somewhere for the birds to get in the spring. It's up to you what you want to do with it. So basically you just open up those ends and you spin directly from the lock like that. And it drafts really nicely. And you can try and keep the same end. So if I spin from tip to cut end, then I want to spin from tip to cut end during the entire process. Or you can spin from cut end to tip. It's up to you how you want to do it. But this, you might think, oh, that's not a lot of fiber. If you spin this lace weight, you can get a lot of yardage out of a lock of fiber without going through the process of drum carding it into a bed or hand carding it into a roll egg and things of that nature. And this is some really nice, very soft, very lovable, next to skin soft Romney fiber. And this fiber I purchased from Homestead Wool and Gift Farm. And I don't remember which sheep this was, which is something that I need to do better at keeping track of which sheep I get product from, so I can request that product from again if it becomes available. Yeah, I like it a lot. So, but yeah, so after I finish, this is the last of the dyed locks, and this is also from a Romney sheep from the Homestead Wool and Gift Farm. And so after I finish pulling the last of these locks apart and flicking these open, then I'll start on a bobbin of so like I said, just gently pull it free, and like you find the tips and you just gently separate it out. And there's another one. And that's what I've been doing today while I was Skyping with my friend JJ. I've been separating these out and flicking them open. So yeah. So that's, and this fiber is was originally a whitish gray, from a whitish gray fleece. And it took the dye really well. And then the dye looks kind of cartoony, like clown hat, but when you spin it up, it's not like that at all. So, alright, so things I've been working on. I have one item that I finished, and that is this crochet hat. And it's like a muffin top hat. And I'll be mailing this out to Georgia. And it's crochet and knit. This from here to here is crochet, and from here to the brim is knit. And I like doing that a lot, mixing my knitting and my crochet. So that hat is the only finished item I have. Items that I'm currently working on, items in progress. This is how far I've gotten on my husband's sweater. And as you can see, regardless of whether it's acrylic or wool, the fiber doesn't make the... I'm not a fiber or yarn snob. I will spin anything, and I will knit and crochet with just about anything. Because just because it's not wool doesn't mean it won't make a beautiful product. This sweater is something that my husband can wear outside. He doesn't have to worry about messing it up. He could throw it in the washing machine, throw it in the dryer, and it'll be fine. Whereas a wool sweater that I make for him, I would expect him to take better care of it, and he wouldn't be able to wear it out when he's working in the yard or go whatever he's going to be doing. He might get dirty, messy, and snag it and rip it and stuff. This, I won't cry too bad if it got messed up. Whereas one from wool, I would not appreciate it being used while he's cutting the grass or weed eating or trimming the yard, because the weather here is still cold, warm, so the grass hasn't died. So that's how far I've gotten on his sweater. The next item that I'm working on is this shawl. I'm making another one of the owl fin shawls. I've talked to you guys about that before, but I've cast on this one. And the color is almost showing up true to color. It's in purples. It's going to be for my daughter Marissa. This shawl is very easy if you want to look for a pattern for a first shawl. And the spelling is, I don't know if it'll focus on it, ISLEFIN. And you can just type it in Google and you'll find this pattern on the website. And it's a very easy to follow, easy to figure out your next rows kind of shawl. Simple, and it works up pretty quickly. I did this part here at the beginning. I did that in about 30 minutes of just, watching YouTube videos while I worked on the pattern and wrote out my next rows. So, and the yarn I'm using is Nordlys. It's a Viking of Norway yarn. It's called Nordlys. It's a superwash yarn. So it shouldn't felt, which is good for a teenage girl. And this skein is 385 yards. And it's did they put it up there? No. So it's 75% wool and 25% nylon. So you can use this for socks too. This is finger and weight yarn. And it's a spun single. So I'm working on, that's one project. That's project number 2. And this is project number 3. This is opal yarn. It is let me see. It's in German. I don't read German, so let me see if they have it in English. Ha ha ha. It's the Party colorway ounce number 758. So it's all in German. So 425 meters, which is probably about 400 yards of yarn. But yeah, so this sock, I'm doing me a pair of socks. I didn't knit. I had my friend Ashley start my sock for me. As we barter a lot. So Ashley is the queen of socks. So I had her start my sock for me, and this is 68 stitches, and she did this in like 10 minutes. It would have taken me probably an hour, because I would have had to take it out 2 or 3 times until I got the toe the way I wanted it. And she did it in like 10 minutes. Thank you, Ashley. So it's self-patterned, self-striping yarn. And I thought it would look real nice, look real cute. So yeah, I had to work on my sock. So and the needles, if you're curious about the needles, they are the carbons. It's a US size 2. And that is, I'm looking to make sure I don't have something I finished that I just threw away in the corner somewhere. Tossed it somewhere. That is pretty much everything that I've been working on. As you can see, there's no yarn on this desk anymore. So I finished doing the yardage on the yarn that was on the desk. And now I have to relabel and count and redo the yardage on this basket, and then I'll be done with redoing that stuff. And then this basket, as I redo the yardage, I will be taking pictures and using my phone and adding this to the Etsy store, because that's a lot faster than me trying to do it the way I was doing it before. The phone is going to make it a lot quicker for me to get stuff, a decent picture of stuff, and get it uploaded. I added some raw fleece to the Etsy store the other day, and I used the phone, and it just, pull the fleece out of the bag, take some pictures of it, and it was just so much simpler. So yeah, so you guys will be seeing a lot of updates in the next couple of weeks from me as far as yarn is concerned. Unfortunately, when I found another bag of cotton, so I will be also making more dishcloths from this cotton. I go to Ace. When we go to Ace more, this is where this yarn came from, and it's not, the color is like purples and greens and lavender. So I'll be making some dishcloths from this, and there's a bunch of these little balls of cotton in this bag. It says it's a pound. There are about 20 of these little balls of cotton in this bag. So yeah, I'll be doing washcloths with this. And that is the last of the cotton. I went through my yarn stash, and unless it is, I have one Pima cotton. It's a really nice mercerized cotton that I'm going to make a nice little cowl with. I bought that from Argyle yarn store when I was up in Brooklyn. And I think I showed you guys that when I was, this is an Ultra Pima cotton from Argyle. And it's a Cascade yarns. So this is going to be a cowl. And it is 220 yards. So it'll be a cowl, or I'll see if I can find a 220 yard project on Etsy that uses this cotton. But it's more of a luxury cotton versus the dishcloth cotton. So yeah, this has to have a particular project associated with it before I use it. And yeah, so I'm slowly but surely working through stash. The only yarn I've purchased is for my daughter's shawl in the last month and a half or more. I have purchased like a cable for my knitting needles, something like that I didn't have, that I needed a particular, a longer cable for my Kagoo. But other than that, I think I've been doing pretty good with my what do they call it when you don't buy stuff? I've been doing good with that. Now I got this in the mail from Dee Dee the other day. Dee Dee Willingham, craft worker extraordinaire. This is the envelope that it came on. She took and she used those spray inks and she stamped it. What is that stamp? I can't tell. I can't see today. Oh, it's a foot. She's picking on me because she calls me Littlefoot because of my spinning. It looks like a wooden shoe or foot or boot or something. Huh. I'll get you back, Diddy. So, she sent that to me. And it has these, he said to play. And it has these little cards in it. See? And from a project she was working on, this is some of the leftover material. So I'm going to be playing with this using my Inktense blocks and color on these to practice coloring with the Inktense. So wish me luck with that. I'll hopefully be able to do a video with that as well. And that's pretty much what I've been doing the last week or so. And those are my plans for next week is finish spinning this Romney, work on my husband's sweater, work on my sock, work on my daughter's shawl, and hopefully I'll have a finished item. It won't be that sweater by when I do my next update video, as well as work on my Etsy store and stuff like that. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you guys who might use doll hair and stuff, or who might be purchasing locks from my store to do doll hair, is you could take a clipboard, or you can use one of these clips if you got something that you can anchor it with, and you can take and you can flip open the end, just like if you were going to be getting ready to fix some hair, and open that lock up, flick open the end. You can use a dog brush, flicker brush for a dog to do this, a slicker brush rather. But you just open that up, and then since that's going to be holding it, you can take and separate it like that, and use the weight of it to hold it, and you can make a little plait, and just plait that up to make plaits for your art doll. So, I don't know, where's my clipboard at? My kids, they always borrow stuff. Yeah, that's how it usually goes, isn't it? Your children borrow stuff and they don't bring it back. So, you just make a little plait of hair. And if you had something to anchor this with, it would be more uniform. But you just braid it, make your little braid, and make sure you clip enough of it up on the other end that it is you have some room to use your needle felter or glue, or however you're gonna be adhering it to your doll. And you just braid that up. We'll pretend we're done braiding. So you get this little plait. And then you have this end here that you can take and you can flick that open, or you can just glue it, go ahead and glue it down to your doll's head or whatever and stuff. So yeah, that is how you can use those blocks that you can purchase from my Etsy to make little doll braids and plaits. And if you wanted to do dreadlocks, then you would take and you would simply palm roll it, and you can wet it and palm roll it. Basically, you're felting the hair together. You twist it, and just like real dreadlocks, this might take more than one application to felt it. You probably want to wet felt it to lock it up. Have you a little bit of water you can dip your finger into to wet it and lock it up like that. You can also shock it by dipping it in hot water and then dipping it in cold water. And that can help shock the fibers and force those scales to lock even quicker. And you can make dreadlocks like that with the sheep's wool for your dolls. And there you go. You have a loose lock. If you want the lock to be tighter, then shock felt it. And then just keep palm rolling it, just like you would do a real dreadlock. So that's just easy 2 types of ways you can use a sheep's individual block of wool to create hair for your doll. Alright, y'all take care.